You have heard of Albert Einstein, the scientist of physics, but probably you don't know the other face of Einstein. In Einstein's opinion, our planet is a huge living cell with a huge big membrane, and it consists of millions and millions of very small and very big and different varieties of living beings. It's like a collage made from a variety of different parts, and each part is important here, and no part is special or more important. Each will serve a common purpose, and that is life must go on. So species live here relatedly and depending on each other. It is something like the conjoined twins with one head and two bodies. Now you see, we don't digest the food that we eat. There are several microorganisms which have a different DNA and gene number. They take care of it. We just co-house and we live together. And this respiration is, half the respiration is done in the plants and the half in our lungs. So we are dependent, we are related, we are interconnected. By this, you see, we survive with very least number of genes, and that is good for survival. The more number of genes you have, the more opportunity to get several diseases and death. But a human being thinks himself to be a separate entity, mostly because of the unique thoughts and feelings that we have. Each being has his own typical feelings and thinking. So he doesn't think that he is a part of this big picture in the planet. It's like an optical illusion. If you dip a straight rod in a glass of water, it looks bent. And you can't blame the human being for his illusions about life. Now, to the bent rod here, should he believe his eyes or should he believe that theory? Unfortunately, this illusion is a prison and he is caught in that. It restricts him to his personal desires and to his very close few family people, and all others are all outsiders, and they may even be enemies. So therefore now Einstein says our task must be to free all the human beings from this illusory prison. But how? He says you develop a will, a desire to free others from their suffering and prisons. Then you will become happy. This is Einstein's philosophy. And the Dalai Lama, incidentally, has the very same philosophy. He comes from a very religious Buddhist background. He says his best friend is his compassion. This friend compassion helps him, he says, whenever he is overwhelmed or occupied by grief, despair, or negative thoughts. So he now looks into grief of his fellow men, spends his time. Now his personal griefs and worries looks very small compared to the huge, enormous suffering in the world outside. So he goes beyond his self-concern, this I and me concern, moves towards a broader concern for others. This cheers him up. This gives him courage. This gives him energy. That is how he is today such a joyful, such an energetic person. If Einstein were to live here today, these two people would have become very great friends, a science man and a religion man. They look different, but this dharma which binds them cannot be multiple. Dharma has to be one. whether you look from science or from religion. And whatever applies to Dalai Lama and Einstein applies to all good people you see, like Gandhi, Martin Luther King, and so many other people. Thank you.